I never imagined that a small piece of land I inherited from my grandfather would become the center of so much attention. It wasn't massive or luxurious, just a modest plot with a small front yard, a patch of garden, and a backyard that stretched into a quiet trail lined with trees. But for some reason, it caught the interest of 10 different people in the neighborhood, each with their own dream for it. Some wanted to build, some wanted to farm, and some wanted to flip it for a profit. I listened to them all, smiled politely, and told them I needed time to think. A few nights passed, and I sat on the porch with a cup of tea, looking out at the garden. The sun had just set, and the air was filled with the scent of damp soil. That's when the idea came to me, not to sell the whole plot to just one person, but to divide it. Maybe I could give the front yard to someone who truly valued the garden and the beauty of growing life, and the back to someone who cared about peace and protection, who would look after the land and keep it safe. The next morning, I made an announcement. I told all 10 interested buyers that I would only give the front yard to the person who came and watered my garden every day with care and patience, and the back would go to someone who protected it, who kept it clean, safe, and respected the space as if it were already their own. Most of them lost interest. Some grumbled, others left, and a few disappeared. But 2 remained. A young man named Jonah came every morning just after sunrise. He never missed a day. He didn't just water the garden. He spoke to the plants, trimmed the edges, pulled out weeds, and made sure the soil was always healthy. Rain or shine, he came, sometimes even with flowers he'd grown himself. The front yard had never looked so alive. And then there was Sarah. She never said much, but I'd see her walking around the backyard during the evenings. She picked up trash that blew in from the road, cleared fallen branches, and even patched the broken parts of the fence without ever asking me for anything. I once caught her shooing away a group of kids who were trying to climb over the wall. She stood her ground like a true guardian. Weeks passed, and I realized something beautiful had happened. This wasn't just about giving away a piece of land anymore. It was about watching 2 people pour genuine care into something they didn't even own yet. They weren't doing it for money or for deals. They did it because they loved the place. And I loved seeing them take such pride in nurturing and protecting what meant so much to me. So I made my final decision. I called them both to the porch one afternoon. I looked at Jonah and smiled. You've brought this garden to life, and the front yard feels like it belongs to you now. His eyes widened, and a slow smile spread across his face. Then I turned to Sarah. And the backyard, it's safer and stronger because of you. I couldn't imagine anyone else protecting it better. She gave a quiet nod, her eyes shining with gratitude. I may have started out thinking I'd give my land to the highest bidder. But instead, I found something richer. 2 caretakers, one for the front and one for the back, each bringing a part of this land to life. Now, every morning, I see flowers blooming under Jonah's care, and every night, I sleep peacefully knowing Sarah is watching over the rest. And for the first time in a long time, I feel deeply content, knowing my land is in hands that love it just as much as I do.